WXII 12 News at 6 starts right now.
Let us win here in North Carolina. Let us win the nomination. Let us defeat Donald Trump. Let us go forward together. Thank you all.
One day after Michael Bloomberg visited our state, it's Senator Bernie Sanders in North Carolina, what he is saying tonight, and when the president is announcing a return trip to our state.
Not a relative or a friend, how police are describing a man they're connecting to the death of a South Carolina 6-year-old.
And a suspect search. What the community is saying as police continue to look for a man they say attacked one of their own. Well, there was a stolen rental car, a crash, an officer injured, and tonight Winston-Salem police are still looking for the person behind the wheel.
That's right, Kenny. Steve King live at the Winston-Salem Police Department with details on this search and how the community is reacting to all of it.
Talitha, Kenny, police have finished questioning a person in connection with this investigation, but no charges have been filed. Investigators are still looking for the driver of a car that they say accelerated towards an officer in what turned out to be a very close call. Investigators say someone stole a vehicle from a rental company at Piedmont Triad International Airport sometime on Thursday evening. Then, officers with the Winston-Salem Police Department say they located the Mercedes GLS 454 Matic near Liberty and 25th Streets around 7:40. That's when two officers, including Officer Bracken, tried to block in that vehicle. Officer Bracken left his police car, and that's when investigators say the driver accelerated at him, and Officer Bracken was able to get back into his vehicle just in time, just before the Mercedes slammed into the door of the police car. Police department leaders say Officer Bracken is, quote, lucky he did not lose his legs in the collision. Investigators say Officer M.A. Parker shot at the vehicle, which had at least two people inside, but both suspects were able to get away. Meanwhile, Kevin Candelora, who's set to open a business nearby in a few weeks, says his business partner was terrified seeing the aftermath of the incident.
She got here around 7:30 and she was scared to get out of her car because they had the highway blocked off. They had about 30 cops, detective cars and everything. She thought somebody was killed. She was scared. She didn't want to get out.
The Mercedes was recovered on Barkwood Drive around 4 hours later. Investigators say Officer Parker, who fired the shot, is on administrative duty, and Officer Bracken is recovering from his injuries tonight. The airport, PTI Airport, has no comment on the theft that occurred on their property at this time. Reporting live in Winston-Salem, Steve King, WXII 12 News.
Turning to your forecast now, lots of folks happy that the rain has stopped. Lots of folks a little upset that the rain moved out and the warm weather did too.
Yeah, there's a briskness in the air if you stepped outside for sure. Let's check in now with meteorologist Carly Cassidy. Carly, we're here. It's going to get low tonight.
Yeah, temperatures are going to drop for tonight, but we have a nice little sunset here with those clear blue skies. The sunshine really making its way down to the south as we get going throughout the rest of your evening. And those temperatures, they're just going to fall with it. Today, the temperatures, they have been a little bit chilly under the clear skies, but radar looks awfully nice compared to the past couple of days where it was just awfully busy. So nice and dry for tonight. Temperatures 43 in Winston-Salem, already 39 North Wilkesboro, starting to drop. 40 Mount Airy and 39 in Martinsville as well. Even Burlington just about an hour ago was at 50, now at about 46. We will continue to see those temperatures just make their way down to low 20s overnight tonight. Along with those temperatures being a little bit chilly, it has been breezy, gusty coming out of the north. That's bringing in that drier, that cooler air, so also making us feel just a touch cooler as we go throughout this evening. So head out for any Valentine's Day plans for tonight, maybe to dinner. Take the warm coat, you are going to want it. Those winds do continue overnight tonight, then do calm down for your Saturday. We're staying dry all the way throughout this weekend, but we'll talk about those chilly temperatures coming up in a few minutes.
Commitment 2020 now in Charlotte. Bernie Sanders just finished a campaign event, his second of two stops in our state today, ahead of Super Tuesday, which is now just a few weeks away. Last time Senator Sanders was in our state campaigning was late last year in September. The senator spent the early part of his afternoon in Durham. Our Bill O'Neill was there with him and explains how he was not the only candidate making his voice heard in the Tar Heel state.
Bernie Sanders supporters that are here today in Durham, younger crowd than those who turned out for Michael Bloomberg yesterday in Greensboro. I also found that these supporters are more passionate about their candidate and the changes he brings to this race.
You know, we won the popular vote in Iowa. We won the New Hampshire primary. And I'm getting the very strong feeling that we're going to win here in North Carolina.
Sanders tells supporters he's not just challenging Donald Trump. He's taking on the oil industry, insurance companies, and America's 1% in his campaign for president.
If we stand together as one people, we will not only defeat Trump, we will transform this country.
Actually, I'm pretty moderate, which is considering that I'm very tattooed, I'm very from New York, but I understand what it is to be a single mom, having 2 kids, one who has special needs, and I need somebody to be there for them.
The presidential hopeful repeated his promise of free health care, free college, make marijuana legal, and expunge the records of anyone arrested for possession of marijuana.
How many people here know someone who was arrested for possession of marijuana? Whoa. Jesus. Anybody know anybody who has not been arrested for possession of marijuana?
Are you at all concerned that he cannot win? Is that a problem?
Oh, of course I'm concerned, because I think it's of utmost importance that Trump not be reelected. So it's a gamble.
Sanders' critics say the country can't afford his progressive plans, which include paying teachers a minimum salary of $60,000 a year. Sanders says if America can afford to bail out Wall Street and give billionaires a tax cut, it can afford to expand Medicare for all.
Real change never, ever takes place from the top on down, always from the bottom on up.
I think Bernie can win and he's not given the credit he deserves. I think one of the biggest things with Bernie is when he explains his health care, people can't comprehend it.
You're fearful that those folks who are in the middle think that he's too far to the left and therefore won't support him.
If I'm being honest, my only fear is Michael Bloomberg, because he's going to get hit with Republicans because he's buying the election.
The latest poll from High Point University shows that Sanders now leads Biden in numbers of Democrats likely to vote in the upcoming primary. In Durham, Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
President Donald Trump's campaign is challenging what Senator Sanders is saying on the campaign trail. In fact, the spokesperson released a statement earlier today. It reads, quote, Bernie Sanders has shown time and time again that he is an out-of-touch radical committed to hiking taxes on hardworking people. While Sanders makes a pitch to voters on socialism, President Trump continues to defend against socialist policies and ensure economic prosperity for the people of North Carolina. Well, President Trump just announced that he will be returning to North Carolina. His Keep America Great rally takes place March 2nd at the Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte. That's the day before the primary. Make sure you stay with WXI 12 throughout the year for all of your political news. You can head to the WXI 12 mobile app, and that's where you'll find all of the candidate profiles. Plus, we help you find your polling locations for early voting there as well.
Crime now. A suspect in an Elon double shooting is behind bars tonight. Police say Barry Campbell turned himself in late Thursday. He is charged with first-degree murder and assault with a deadly weapon. Officers say he shot 2 people earlier this month on Pinedale Drive, which is not that far from Elon University. Nicholas Johnson was killed. A woman was injured. Multiple state agencies had been trying to find Campbell when he contacted police and arrived with family members to turn himself in. Investigators say Campbell's surrender was the safest resolution for the community. He is being held without bond at the Alamance County Detention Center this evening.
A man accused of threatening his girlfriend with a hatchet, hitting 2 people with a vehicle, and then slamming into a car multiple times is in jail tonight. High Point police tell us that James Miller, seen here on your screen, started arguing with a group of people and then intentionally ended up hitting 2 of them with an SUV. A few hours later, officers say Miller was in an argument with his ex-wife on the phone and then threatened his girlfriend, who was at home with him. Police say that he assaulted her before she was able to escape. That same night, officers say Miller rear-ended a vehicle on Ski Club Road multiple times. The driver followed him, and police say Miller turned and hit the car head-on. Officers say they then found him and the car was stuck in the mud. Miller is now facing a slew of charges.
Investigators in South Carolina are saying a second body that was found earlier this week is now in fact connected to the death of little 6-year-old Faye Swetlick. Investigators say that man was Cody Taylor, a neighbor who was not a relative or a friend. Investigators say Taylor's body was found in his home, and a critical piece of evidence linking him to the little girl was found in his trash.
At this time, I want to assure you, our community, and all of our parents out there that we have no reason to believe that there is an active threat in the Churchill Heights community or the city of Casey as a whole.
No details on exactly what was found in the trash, but the police department says it is not looking for any other suspects at this time.
In Greensboro, dozens of students at Page High School now know how to swim thanks to a program honoring a late student. 15-year-old Malik Ramirez was a freshman who drowned last spring. The school is honoring him with a memory by teaching his classmates some life-saving skills. Ramirez's mom says that this program is a great initiative for the community.
Malik didn't know how to swim, and they're teaching kids how to swim, and I think that's a great thing. I know he's looking down like, wow. Yes, he's enjoying it just as much as I am.
And Malik's mom says that she hopes to learn how to swim as well.